Relating to my last video about throwing that major Project X type party at my parents' house where 300 kids came, I was going through a really weird season in college that I think a lot of people can resonate with, which was building up a massive ego. Some people watching this might not know what is your ego. I'm gonna go over that in a sec. But I was building up this persona of who, this character I was creating for myself with such a massive mask, multiple masks that didn't serve me, wasn't in alignment with God, led me on a dark worldly trail through vices and a lot of negativity that we'll go over in a future video as well. But I want to talk to a specific person again with this video. This is for the person who maybe at one point, maybe right now, you feel like you can't be your authentic self, and or you're wondering, how do I be more of myself? How do I let go of what people think of me and take control of putting my self-worth into things that can't be taken away from me? Because I've been the guy that's been banned on socials, 100K in debt, many L's in life, many girl L's, a lot of relationships that haven't worked out. But through it all, you always become better. You learn through the dark moments, and many times you must go inward. You have to reign from within, take control, and ask yourself the hard questions. I am going to be quoting a little bit from my book, Streignth, 22 Laws of Self-Mastery. We're talking about law number 7 today, which is dethrone the ego. This is a fun one that I had such a hard time doing. And I've done different kinds of, I'm not going to go full in depth, but I used to be so many different substances that I used to do. I don't condone that at all. I've done all that BS of smoking and psychedelics, trying to really dethrone the ego that way. Ego death, right? Well, it's still not the same thing of actually doing it sober. So when I was in college, I was going down a very destructive path. I was partying so much, and everything stemmed from a fitness brand I started. So I started a fitness brand when I was 18 in my college dorm room. Since then, we've sold in all 50 states, 20 countries. In college, Crosse, Wisconsin, I was the big fish in the small pond. Everybody knew my name for good or bad reasons. I was girl crazy as well. So I was downtown a lot. I was in the public. Streignth, my fitness brand, partnered with the health department during COVID. So this is the fall of 2020, spring 2021. We partnered with the health department. They bought 10,000 masks, or no, sorry, it was 6,000 masks with our logo on it. Really cool opportunity. Made some decent money as well. The main thing was visibility. Everybody downtown, because the two places that were not shut down during COVID in La Crosse were the gym and the bars. Perfect for me. I'm going around, I'm having a good time. All the bouncers are dabbing me up. Sometimes I'm doing this when I might have been underage, who knows? But I'm talking 2021, so I'm 21 years old. By the end of this sprint, this season of being degenerate, right? Building up this massive ego for myself, I was really tainting my reputation. And I was carrying this logo, this Streignth brand that was all about strength, power, resilience, excellence, integrity, growth, nobility. And when people see your logo, if you're a business owner and or whatever your symbol is, you have to be one-to-one with it. It's a mirror. You can't just say you're about good vibes and positivity, and then on the back end, you're the complete opposite. You're the inverse. It's a mask. You have to fully be the same. It's like, I'm trying to think of a good example. You have to be, what you do in private should almost be more positive than what you do in public. Your left hand shouldn't know what your right hand is doing give and be a good person in such a way that your actions are fully in alignment with what you say and do, and you're gonna feel way more confident that way. My confidence, there was no confidence. I was just cocky. I was putting on this front that Streignth is all about positivity and self-improvement, and I was still going to the gym and eating healthy, but I was downing alcohol, substances that I shouldn't have been, getting myself in rooms that I didn't belong in. And I just had this ego, this mentality that I was him. I was this big macho guy, Shane Scar, and I had to get humbled. You have to eat the bitter fruit sometimes, right? Like Proverbs. And God humbled me. I was put in many situations where we'll talk about it in a future video, but I dealt with a lot of hate, a lot of BS in college, and it was my own fault. I take full ownership. Looking back, I was a hooligan, a buffoon. I was tweaking. And what it came down to was one conversation in my college apartment, a couple girls that I was really good friends with. One of them I knew since kindergarten, pulls up. And the other one is a strength athlete, one of our top reps that has repped us. If she's watching this, what's up? She knows who she is. She's in lacrosse. She's cool. They come to my apartment and we talked for an hour, 2 hours, and they wanted to really get in my head. Shane, you're on a dark path. You need to turn around. You need to really look at the actions you're taking and take some responsibility. If somebody saw your logo, what would they think? Because when I look at it, I see degeneracy. That is what she said to me. And I was like, okay. At first, my ego blocked it off. I said, nah, you're tweaking. And then I really thought about it. I was like, wow, I really need to clean up my act. So I went on, I did a challenge where I didn't drink I did the 75 hard challenge, right? Before Streignth, we have our 28 arc challenge. It's a lot better than 75 hard, just saying that. But 75 hard, that changed my life. I was sober for 75 days in college. I completely detached from the downtown scene, lost a lot of friends because I was on a path that I was trying to yield better fruit. And I knew if I continued down that path, I would never be able to really reach my full potential with the brand, because we were doing cool photo shoots and we had that mask opportunity with the brand, but I knew I was destined for more. We weren't supposed to stay in just lacrosse. And lo and behold, when you focus on yourself and you put in the right inputs, what do you think is going to happen? The right outputs will bear fruit. And we got a camera, the camera I'm recording on right now. We started recording gym content in this season post this massive cleanup of my act. We started to go viral. Imagine if we would have started going viral when I was still in my degenerate party scene. They say you got to stay ready. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I finally was prepping the right way to be able to have the discipline of being able to post every single day. If we would have went viral just one time and I missed that chance, Streignth might not even be a thing today. My fitness brand could have went downhill if we would have went viral too early. And I'm so grateful that I cleaned up my act. I dethroned the ego those few months prior, that when the time came when we were in the limelight, I wasn't a full buffoon. I still had a lot to learn, but you have to stay ready in life. You must train yourself to always be ready for new opportunities, because God's not going to put that thing you want in front of you if you're not willing to put in the work for it. I always wanted Streignth to grow until then, but it didn't really start to pop off until I started really acting in alignment with the message I was preaching. So yeah, let's go through the drill. I want to read you a couple of lines from the book. Ego does not always look like rappers dripping in chains or CEOs pounding their chests. Sometimes it's way pettier. Ego is the voice that says, post that selfie. They need to see the pump. You like that line? Come on. When you've barely done 2 sets, it's that little surge of dopamine when your DoorDash driver calls you boss. It's spending 45 minutes arguing over fantasy football because respect is on the line, even though your lineup is basically an infirmary. See, ego's a cheap magician. It distracts you with illusions, likes, claps, compliments, so you stop doing the actual work. It hands you a Burger King crown and whispers, "You're royalty now." You strut, you flex, you believe it, until the paper gets soggy in the rain. And that is the trap. Ego always promises permanence with temporary things, but crowns made of cardboard don't survive storms. I love this book, man. It was a fun project to do. Every time ego tells you this is the throne, double check if it came from Amazon Prime with free shipping. If it did, toss it. You're not here for costume jewelry, you're here for legacy. Guys, this video was meant for that person who maybe feels like maybe they're on a darker path, or they have those vices that they know they gotta let go of. Maybe they gotta let go of smoking, they gotta let go of drinking, they gotta let go of the hookup scene, the party scene, the lust. Overcoming that it's gotta be one of the hardest things. And I'm so grateful I've been in this season, this past almost a year now, cut all that out. No dates, no distractions. Focus on the grind, go and ghost. Focus on what is actually gonna bear fruit. You gotta have tunnel vision. You gotta stay in your lane. That was my senior quote in high school. Stay in your lane, LeVar Ball. He's not the most relevant anymore, but the quote stands the same. You have to focus on yourself and remove the noise. That downtown scene was so addictive. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm there, man. They're chanting my name. I'm getting recognition. My ego's getting fed. Had to dethrone it. Had to dethrone the ego and realize that all of this validation is so fleeting. People can turn on you so fast as well, and that's what happened. Stop going out, they started to turn on you. Yo, you changed, you switched up. Oh, you're too good to go downtown now, you're too good to go drink, too good to hang with the boys. If you're on a path of growing and striving to do different things, you're gonna lose people on the way sometimes. But you only lose people that aren't in alignment, so you don't gotta feel bad. It's gonna suck at first, but there's levels to this. So I challenge you, the watcher, to look inward and ask, what is that vice that I need to let go of? What is something that I'm clinging on to for validation that does not serve me anymore? I challenge you. And I challenge you to like the video and to make sure you're subscribed as well. We're almost at 2K subscribers, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one. If you guys want to be a part of Streignth, streignth.com/athlete, link in bio to join our community. Let's go. All right, peace.